Okay, my name is Ashley, and I'm going to be doing this presentation on reading and writing. I had chosen to talk about this because, like, our instructor said, do something that's not what it's helped me and stuff. So, and there's some things I need to know. I need to tell you about them, because there's similarities and there's not really differences between them. First one is like reading is in the next few slides. Reading will have to do with it's about how it helps us. The thing it helps us with is our thinking, of course, and why it does is, well, for one, we read it, it starts giving us ideas and learning new things, and with learning new things, it's like new words and what when we do research. Some other things reading helps us with is with our imaginations, like imagining the situation in books. Reading also makes us feel like we're in the book, like we're the character. Reading even gives us ideas for even helps us think of what the story should be about. And when I said reading helps with learning, it also helps with educational purposes. Like when I need to research on a project and in high school and I need to do so I could write my essay and I get to learn new things put in the essay. And researching is also good for if you're trying to make a good book. Some ideas in books you can get, from research, from ideas, is like you can think of what's in the book, like your character, uh, you can create a character and you can start imagining what your character will look like and all that kind of stuff that could help with a book. Now, with how writing helps, um, like thinking of new things to draw, write like characters and stuff, or helps plan things out. And it also helps with comprehension, like helps better you writing, and helps with different writing skills that you need to use. And with creativity, thinking of new things to draw and write, like your characters, what you want your characters to look like, what you want them to, their personality, all that kind of stuff, and help plans things out. Before you start creating things, you can write your ideas and stuff out. Otherwise, you won't be able to know what you're going to be creating. And with comprehension, it helps better your writing because without comprehension, we wouldn't be able to know what we're writing. And it helps with different writing skills, like when you learn cursive or some other kind of writing skill that you need to learn. It would help for in the future for when you do need it. And there are similarities like creativity. The two similarities with creativity between reading and writing would, help want you to create things. Like it gives you the inspiration to, oh, I want to create this. I want to create this book. I want to create these characters and stuff. And then they both have emotion in it. Like you can just write your emotion out, or you can actually put your emotion in a book or like some other kind of thing you're wanting to create. And with learning, they have similarities with learning. History. There's been histories of basically like writing in the past, people learning to write before it actually came out. And like education, people learning about cultures and stuff before it actually became out on books and people doing presentations and stuff about it. It was always in the past that history and education became before we started learning it. And so if we didn't learn it, we wouldn't have known what happened in the past or what's happening now. And there are a few things that reading has helped me with. Of course, it does help me understand things more, like storylines, like if like in reading I had to learn the beginning, the middle, and the climax. You had to like learn those things, and it helped me understand it more. And then I learned new things in books that I didn't even know about, that teacher didn't even teach me. And it helped me want to think of my own book, like writing my own story. I even did a story I still haven't even finished from like years ago, and I have writer's block. And writing has helped me with, okay, I've had problems when I was in high school, so I'd write my emotions down, like a journal and stuff, and then that actually helped me get ideas of other things. And it helped me start a book, of course, because without learning to write, I wouldn't have been able to put my ideas down and stuff, and like be able to create what I wanted to create. And it does help me write my ideas down, so because I'd end up forgetting them a lot. And the things that writing is good for is, they make movies. They have to write, they have to write scripts and stuff for movies. Otherwise, they don't know what they're going to say. And making script for plays. That's how you're supposed to make a play in, like, school and stuff. They gotta, like, write things, what they're going to say and stuff. Otherwise, movies and plays, they can't really make them if they don't have a way of knowing what they're going to do. And what reading is good for is, learning new words, like new vocabulary words, new ways to say words, new ways to say sentences, and understanding things better too, because then you can understand the situation in like the books, like in stories and stuff, or in history books too. You can understand the history now or in the past. And my reading story was basically when I started reading, it helps me get into writing because the story got so intense and stuff, and then I would get it would get me into it, and then I wanted to know to write, and then helped me learn more things in school that I didn't even know the teachers didn't even say to me. Like they didn't even teach me things, so I actually learned it from the books. And my writing story is, I came to writing when I started reading some people's stories when they were writing it out or printing it and stuff, and I was online reading some stories, and it got me into writing because I wanted to make my stories, and a book actually inspired me to write, and I don't remember the name, but it reminded me, it was like a fantasy thing, and it got me into writing, and then I ended up writing a book, and I'm still still trying to write it. And what they taught me is what it can be used in the future, and how it can be used in the future, and why, and how they help us, because they're what made us today. We can't just do that without, without reading and writing. Otherwise, without either, you don't have the other. And why I like is it helps me through high school and middle school, and it helped me stay busy because there was always times I was bored and I didn't have toys or anything. I was older and I needed something to do, so I'd start reading and writing. And I think reading and writing in the future will help people write books, be creativity. I think it will help me get with my book later, and I also think it will help bring my creativity back because of what happened to me before. So I've lost my creativity, and I hope it brings it back. And in the end, they are both beneficial for the future, because otherwise, like I said, movies, anything that has to do with writing in it, they have to have it or they don't know what they're doing. And of course, reading wouldn't be there without writing. Otherwise, you wouldn't have books if you didn't know how to write. So, thank you.